Ralph E. Johnson Jr. YouTube channel presents a trip to see America's three branches of government: legislative, judicial, executive branches. Welcome to the Ralph E. Johnson Jr. YouTube channel, where we have thought-provoking videos, compelling interviews, and profound discussions about the society in which we live. Today, we are on our way to our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We are on our way to Capitol Hill to learn about the three branches: the legislative branch, the judicial branch, and the executive branch. We are at the West Baltimore train station, where you can go to D.C. and back to Baltimore for only $12. Very cheap trip. It reminds me of when I was coming up as a youngster. We used to go on the field trips, but now I'm pretty sure, even though those trips taught us a lot, I'm a little older, a little bit more mature, and I'm going to see it from a different perspective. But it's a blessing that we go on those field trips, and we continue to go on those field trips, because we learn so much more about our country, about other people, about laws, and not only to our nation's capital, but we went on field trips all over the place. And they educated us, they enlightened us, and now I am a grown man, and I am on my way to a field trip to kind of refresh my memory and to also share this experience with you all. So the train is on its way. Let's go. All right, take a look at Union Station real quick. This is how it looks. On the other side, Union Station, the front of it. As you see, we are getting closer to the Capitol building. And this building to the left is the Russell Senate building, where the senators are. And actually, when Hillary Clinton was the senator of New York, I had the opportunity to meet her in this very building. I sure did. Okay, this is the Capitol building. This building represents our legislative branch, where our laws are made. Right here, the laws of the land, federal laws, legislative branch inside our Capitol building. To your right are where your senators reside, where they do their debating. And to your left, you have the 435 congressional members, congressmen and women, and you have 100 senators, 2 senators per state. We have 50 states, so it's 2 senators per state, which is 100, and we have 435 congressional members. The bill normally starts at the congressional level, where the 435 congressmen and women are, and it makes its way to the Senate, where you have your senators. They have the final say. Sometimes it goes back and forth. And this is the front of the Capitol building. If you can remember, and it's crazy because it should be known as the building where the nation's legislation is decided, but lately it's been known for the insurrection that happened January the 6th, 2021. And these are the front steps where they stormed the Capitol, right here, which is crazy. But this is the legislative branch where our laws are made. We are on Capitol Hill, and this is our first stop. And I remember it used to be a song, Schoolhouse Rock. Those people who are 50 and above to know about Schoolhouse Rock. It was a cartoon that taught us about politics. It taught us about English. It taught us about math. But it was one particular song about a bill that made it on Capitol Hill. And it went something like this. I'm just a bill, and I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. This is the Supreme Court, the highest law of the land. It represents the judicial branch. The legislative branch makes the laws, and the judicial branch, the Supreme Court, enforce the laws. We are on Capitol Hill. Okay, this building here is the Library of Congress. So if you have ever written a book and filled out a TX form and mailed it to get your copyright protection, you will send it here, the Library of Congress. I guess you can see it right there. And we are going to go to the front. It's right beside the Supreme Court. And as you see, this is the front of the library, or library, as they say, of Congress. They always told me to put that R there. I always say Barry. You say Brary. Okay. Now that we are politically correct, let me take a selfie real quick. Okay, the final stop is the White House. They say the White House is about 16 blocks that away, Constitution to Pennsylvania Avenue, and I got my backpack on. In the military, they call it a rucksack. So let's go march these 15 or so blocks, 16, 17 blocks, no problem. And let's go to the executive branch, which is the White House. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the 300 block of Pennsylvania Avenue. Now we have to get to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So I guess we have 13 more blocks to go, I guess. All righty, let's rock and roll. Look who I ran into on my way to the White House. Mayor for life, Myron Barry, my man. We made it at the White House, the executive branch of government. There it is, the White House, where our 46th president resides, President Biden. Yep, I made it all the way down here from Union Station. Got to be a couple of miles, but it was worth the walk. I ran into Mayor for Life, Myron Barry, wonderful statue. Yes, the White House. And as you see, there goes the monument. Washington Monument right across from the White House. Right there. Wow. Okay, I just came from the White House. So I have a little bit more energy, a little bit more time on the phone. So I am at the Washington Monument as bonus coverage. We had to stop at the Dr. King Memorial during this tour to show our respect. I don't know if you see the word, but it says, out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. We're at the Dr. King Memorial. Made it out. Wonderful tribute to a great man, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Wonderful tribute. The trip to our nation's capital today was a lot of fun. It was extremely informative, and it brought back a lot of nostalgia. Remind me when I was that little child at school going on those field trips. Today, a lot of good sightseeing, a lot of walking, a lot of ice cream, don't tell anybody, and a lot of good videos. And if you like the videos, please subscribe to the Ralph E. Johnson Jr. YouTube channel. We really need your support so that the channel can grow. God bless you.